Settle down. Close your eyes and listen to the rain. Let the gentle rhythm carry you back to a time of quiet beginnings and simple feelings. This is the story of two students, a shared silence, and the most important seat in the classroom. It was always raining, or at least that is how I remember those mornings. The old high school, with its big, misty windows, seemed to hold its breath every time the clouds gathered. I was men, and every morning I followed a simple, unspoken rule. I sat at the window seat, third row from the back. It was my sanctuary. I wasn't particularly popular. I was just quiet. Then she arrived. Her name was Lynn. She was new to the class, and somehow, by fate or chance, she chose the seat right next to mine, the other half of the window seat duo. She was small, always carried a worn copy of a classic novel, and had a habit of tracing the condensation on the glass with her fingertip while waiting for the bell. We never spoke for the first 3 weeks. Our entire relationship was built on proximity and shared silence. The quiet was comfortable, not awkward. It felt like holding hands without touching. The first conversation was an accident. One morning, I dropped my favorite pencil, a dull yellow one I'd had since middle school. It rolled under Lynn's desk. When I reached for it, she was faster. She picked it up, her fingers brushing mine just for a moment. Her hand was cool from resting on the window pane. She looked up, her large, clear eyes meeting mine. "Here," she whispered, her voice barely louder than the rain. "Thanks," I mumbled, feeling my face heat up. Instead of just handing it back, she noticed the deep bite marks near the eraser. She smiled, a quick, shy tilt of her lips. "You chew on your pencils too," she said, not as a judgment, but as a discovery. "Only when I'm thinking hard," I replied, surprised by my own words. That was it. 2 simple sentences. But in those 2 sentences, the heavy glass separating us shattered. From then on, our conversations began with small things. A note passed about a tricky math problem, a recommendation for a book, a shared glance when the teacher told a bad joke. It was all so light, so easy. One afternoon, the rain decided to become a flood. Lynn didn't have an umbrella. I had a large, practical, dark blue one, the kind my mother insisted I take. "I'll walk you to the gate," I offered, trying not to sound too eager. "You don't have to," she said, but her eyes were grateful. Under the giant blue fabric, the world shrank to just the 2 of us. Our shoulders bumped gently as we walked. The sound of the rain drumming on the canvas roof of the umbrella was deafening, yet somehow private. When we reached her bus stop, she turned, pulling the umbrella back slightly so she could look at me. The streetlights made the raindrops clinging to her hair shine like tiny crystals. "Thanks, Min," she said, and this time the smile was bigger, warmer. "See you tomorrow, Lynn," I replied. I walked home slowly, the heavy umbrella feeling weightless, the only sound the tap-tap of the remaining raindrops falling from the trees. My heart felt warm and full, not from the coffee, but from the simple fact that our journey had been shared. The final moment of our story happened on a sunny day, a strange contrast to how we began. Lynn was moving to another city the next week. She told me softly, her eyes fixed on the now dry window pane. I didn't know what to say. The feelings I had carefully kept simple and light suddenly felt heavy and real. The day she left, her seat was empty. It felt wrong, like half the room was missing. But tucked into the corner of the window frame, right where her hand always rested, was a folded piece of notebook paper. It wasn't a long letter. It simply had a drawing of our 2 window seats, a tiny yellow pencil, and beneath it, written in her neat, small handwriting, 3 words: "Thank you for the quiet." It wasn't a promise of forever. It wasn't a declaration of passionate love. It was a perfect, innocent acknowledgement of a beautiful, shared beginning. A chapter closed, but the feeling, the purity and kindness remained.